One second here. I'm finishing up clarifying a message using the StoryBrand 7-part framework. But you know what's cool though? You can do the same thing. There's going to be a live stream on July 19th and 20th where you can clarify your message so that your customers will engage. Guys, this is a 2-day workshop live stream with StoryBrand. These guys don't do anything half A, okay? I am a StoryBrand certified guide, but these live streams are legit, okay? You're going to get virtual coaching from a guide like me. I can't promise that you'll get me, but you might. But yeah, it's 2 days of full-on live stream coaching, and at the end, you're going to create the only 7 messages you need to grow revenue for your business. You'll be clarifying your marketing in just 48 hours. And know, this is the big part, you're going to know you're doing it right. You're going to leave this live stream confident that you're doing things the right way. So sign up for the live stream. The link is in the show notes. All right? Big darn deal. Use that link. It means a lot to me if you do. So the cool thing, you don't have to fly. You don't have to buy any plane tickets. You don't have to do any of that stuff. They're going to deliver all this goodness, marketing goodness, right through the power of live streaming through the wonderful World Wide Web. So guys, sign up in the show notes. Do it. You'll be glad you did. You're listening to the Daily Business Podcast with your business coach, Mitch Alverson. This is the place for daily coaching because when you have a coach, you get better results.
Okay, guys, so now that we've created our mission statement, our key characteristics, and our critical actions, we really have kind of the North Star. We know where we're headed. We know the kind of people it's going to take to do it. And we've defined, the critical actions that they need to take each day to move us forward in that mission. So now, depending on, where you are, actually doesn't depend. Whatever size you are, you've got to be able to tell tell the story of what you're doing in order to get people to join you, to get people to gain resources, whether it's financing. The companies that are huge now and winning today are the ones that are telling the best stories. So that's what we're going to do here. If you can tell a great story, I'll always say this with marketing. The best products don't always win, right? It's the products that tell the best story that people can understand the most, that they can understand clearly. Those are the products that are actually winning in the marketplace. And so now that you've got your mission, key characteristics, and critical actions, now we've got to tell uh, the story so that people will want to join us and give us money to make that happen. What a big mistake a lot of people make here is what they do is they tell their history instead of telling a story. They tell, about, if it's not necessarily a new company, they may say, well, we started the company back in 1992 and we've grown the company to this and we won this award. And honestly, that's not that stuff is important. That's the history. That's the stuff that's happened in the past. What we're trying to do is you can already tell it's different. Is that we've set the stage for we're going to accomplish this by this date because of this. We're flipped everything on its head, and so we want to have this story pitch that people will say, you know what, I want to join those guys. Because if we're going to do this thing by this date because of this injustice, right, in the world or whatever it is, then you're certainly going to have a lot more people want to join what you're up to. And so really quickly, we've been using the example from the book, Jeannie's Flower Shop. So if you their story pitch is at Jeannie's Flowers, we believe many people go through their days without being recognized by others. Not being recognized makes a person sad and causes them to lose hope. When somebody gets flowers, they come alive because somebody else remembered them. A simple bouquet of flowers can remind a person how much they are cared about and brighten their spirits for days. We provide the best flowers in the Houston area because everybody deserves a simple and effective way to recognize the people they love. And so that's their story pitch. All right? So based on this comes from it comes from the messaging uh, module in Business Made Simple. But if we've got our start with the mission statement, there's a there's an age old formula that you can use to tell a great story where it doesn't talk all about you or all about your company. See, the paradigm shift is that now we're talking about the actual client or the customer, in respect to what we actually do. So if you notice the first sentence, at Jeannie's Flowers, we believe many people go through their days without being recognized by others. Not being recognized makes a person sad and causes them to lose hope. So immediately we can start to see this picture of someone who could be lonely, who could be, they've got this actual problem. They have a problem. They're not feeling recognized. They're not being known. And so we immediately get into we're into the story. And so here, here's a formula that you can use to tell a story that will get people excited about what you're doing, engaged in the mission that you're on. So first, and this is from the book Business Made Simple. If you don't have it, jump over to Amazon and grab a copy. And there's a link in the show notes to buy the book. But when you tell your story, here's how you do it. First, you start with a problem you or your company helps people overcome. Okay, so start with the problem. And then we're going to agitate the problem to make it even worse. And then third, we're going to position yourself or your company or your product as the resolution to that problem. And then fourth, let's paint a picture of what life's going to look like once they've used your product or service, right? So describe the happy ending people will experience if they use your product to resolve their problem. So here's another example. It's actually in the book, but I love this one because I have two dogs and I love my dogs. And I actually just got back from a trip, and so this one really resonated with me. And it's on page 47 of the book. It says most people hate leaving their pet at a kennel when they travel. So right away, that first sentence really gets you in, right? If you're a dog owner or a pet lover, then you really resonate with this. And so most people hate leaving their pet at a kennel when they travel. They feel guilty as they picture their lovable pup's sad eyes watching and waiting behind the bars of a cage until they return. So you see with the second sentence, he's actually turning up the heat a little bit, making the problem worse. And now he's going to position the company as the solution. At Pet Paws Paradise, we play with your pet for at least 8 hours each day, so they are constantly preoccupied and happy while you travel. And now you just feel, right, everyone kind of taking a breath of like, oh, okay, they're going to play with my dog all day, so I know he's going to be worn out. He's going to sleep great. Yep. And it says they go to bed each night exhausted, dreaming of all the fun they had that day. So when you leave your pet with us, you know your pet is safe and happy, so you can feel great like like the terrific pet owner you are. So this is perfect because he's painting the picture you see at the end of you start to see it in your mind of, yes, I am a great dog owner. I do love my dogs. I can't imagine that happening. And so um, that is, using the formula to really tell a great story, have a great story pitch, um, to promote your mission to not only your team but to people who might help you with resources. So, here's the question: do you know how to sell or tell the story of your product or business? That's the question. What problem does your company solve, and how is that problem making people feel? How is your product positioned to solve that problem? And once you've done it, what do their lives look like? So you need that story pitch. It's part of the mission statement. So you use this formula to write your story pitch for your mission statement. Again, you guys have heard me talk about this, but I can't say enough how much of a no-brainer the Business Made Simple University is. If you want to learn more about it, go to bmsu.mitchalverson.com. It honestly is. I mean, I buy all kinds of things for my business. I invest in my business with software, with learning, but for $275 a year, this is the no-brainer to get this business sort of a business education um, that's just super well done. So go on over there now, check it out, bmsu.mitchalverson.com. See you tomorrow.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the Daily Business Podcast with Mitch Alverson. If you got time, please subscribe to the podcast and consider rating and reviewing the show. That way, other people will find us. By the way, I really love to hear from you guys, so please email me at mitch@3advisors.org with your feedback or questions. Thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow on the Daily Business Podcast with Mitch Alverson.